Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent and the most merciful. Dear students, welcome again in Pakistan International School, Taif, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Virtual Learning System Session 2020. This is English for Grade 7, Guided English, lecture number 22. We were at lesson number 16, Tom Brown School Days. We have finished reading and explanation. Now, inshallah, we'll finish the exercise today. I'm your teacher, Adnan Sabir Mirza. Let's start the exercise of chapter number 16. Comprehension and vocabulary. Exercise A. The following phrases are all from the passage. Find them, notice how they are used, and then use them yourself. Dear students, I have done the exercises for you in all lessons. Okay. All you have to do is to write them in your copies and learn them. There is no difficulty in it. It is not difficult. It will prepare you for your exams after the vacation, after Hajj. Inshallah, school will open, and then your exam will be taken from these lessons. All you have the answers of the exercises, so you are supposed to write them and write it carefully. So the phrases are: number one, to keep order, out of the way, proud of, in luck, the years to come, his breath knock out of him, give him air, last, how do you feel? So now I have done these sentences. Use them in your own sentences. I've done it for you. Now I will read also for you, and you will write them in your copies. The police directed traffic at key intersections in cities to keep order. To keep order, so it is used in the sentence. Number two, the children's bicycles are stored out of the way of the car park. 3. Munira's parents are very proud of their daughter's achievements. Proud of. 4th, she was in luck that someone found her cell phone and returned it in luck. Number 5, the years to come. In the years to come, I hope to go to university. Number 6, his breath knocked out of him. The cricket ball hit him in the stomach and he had his breath knocked out of him. 7. When Ammar was feeling faint, everybody crowded around him. But the teacher told us to stand back and give him air. 8. How do you feel? When he was strong enough to stand up again, we asked him, how do you feel? So these are the sentences. Now you see in the last part, it is how do you feel is written in the inverted comma because this is a direct narration, direct speech. How do you feel? We ask him, how do you feel? We have to start the H with the capital H. So follow the punctuation. Also put the question mark in that. Exercise B. Explain in your own words what a roll call is. Number one, answer key. A roll call is the calling out of names from the attendance list. Now, students, uh, the upper part, the gray part is the question section, and the answer key is the answer section. What you will do, you will write the question from here and take the answer from here and write them together. Don't write it like this. Okay, one by one. Make the question answer pair together. Number two, what is a chapel? A chapel is a small place of worship for Christians. By mistake, I told that chapel is a name of a boy, but it is a place of worship for Christmas. If you were attentive during the listening. Number three, what used to happen behind the chapel? Number three, fights would take place behind the chapel. Number four, why was Tom curious about East's white trousers? For November is a cold month, and normally winter uniforms are dark in color. Thus, Tom was curious about why East and many others were wearing the white trousers. Number five, why was East proud of playing in the match? East was proud of playing in the match because other boys his age were um, not yet strong enough to play on the team. Number six, even if you have never played rugby or seen it played, you should have noticed one way in which the game was very different in those days. What is it? Number six, what seems strange is that a large number of boys who were not playing on the team were expected to defend the goals. It also seems strange that one house would play against the whole school. So these are different strange things. Number seven, why was Tom sent to defend the goal and not allowed to play? Number seven, Tom was sent to defend the goal and was not allowed to play because he was small and also maybe new. Number eight, why did Brooke shout, "Look out" in goal? Brooke wanted to warn the boys defending the goal, so he shouted, "Look out" in the goal. He had lost a ball to the opposite team who would now try to post, hoist it into the goal and score. Number nine, explain just what was that Tom and the prefect did. Tom and the head of the house, seeing the ball roll in towards their goal with strong players of the opposite team moving to claim it, threw themselves on the ball. Number 10. Why did Brooke feel Tom's legs and arms? Since so many big, heavy players had fallen onto Tom, onto means over, onto Tom, he was much smaller. Brooke Brooke weakened. Brooke felt Tom's arms and legs for broken arms. This is the end of comprehension and vocabulary. Now, this is the language structure. The past continuous tense. The past continuous. Continuous students always contain ing, and the past is was were. Okay, I, he, she, it. The kitten was resting, sleeping, playing yesterday. You, we, they were resting, sleeping, playing yesterday afternoon. The past continuous tense is used for an action that continued for some time in the past. We do not need to know when the action began or when it finished. As I was walking along the street, I saw an accident. This is a very common use. Something happened while something else was happening. Exercise A. Make up complete sentences saying what happened while the following were taking place. For example, coming to school, as I was coming to school, I met my teacher. There are 8 situations: having breakfast, leaving home, getting on a bus, approaching the school, getting my greeting my friends, listening to the headmaster, entering the classroom, reading a book. Answer key. Number 1. As I was having a breakfast, comma, the doorbell rang. Full stop. You have to be careful about the commas. That's why I talk the comma. Otherwise, there is no need of telling the comma while reading. But being a teacher, I'm telling you it's there. As I was leaving home, comma, the police arrived to arrest my neighbor. Full stop. Number 3, my foot slipped as I was getting on a bus. There is no comma in it, but a full stop at the end. 4, I heard a car screech as I was approaching the school. Number 5, as I was greeting my friends, comma, the school bell rang. Full stop. 6, as I was listening to the headmaster, comma, a book fell on my head from the first floor. Number 7, a bucket of water was splashed on me as I was entering the classroom. Number 8, as I was reading a book, comma, I missed my stop. Full stop. This tense can also be used to say what was happening at a particular time. At 7 o'clock, I was having my breakfast. B. Use the past continuous tense to say in complete sentences what you were doing at these times. Now there are 8 situations again, and there are 8 answers. Number 1, at 10 o'clock yesterday morning, at 1 p.m. yesterday, at 4 o'clock in the afternoon yesterday, at 9 o'clock yesterday evening, at 11 o'clock in the morning, at 6:30 this morning, at 7:30 this morning, at 8:15 this morning. Now here are the answers. Number one, at 10 o'clock yesterday morning, I was bathing my dog. 2. At 1 p.m. yesterday, I was having lunch with my family. 3. At 4 o'clock in the afternoon yesterday, I was taking a nap. Nap means sleeping, sleep. 4. At 9 o'clock yesterday evening, I was preparing for bed. Number 5. At 11 o'clock this morning, I was walking to school. Number 6. At 6:30 this morning, I was having breakfast. Number 7. At 7:30 this morning, I was ironing my uniform. Number 8. At 8:15 this morning, I was getting ready for school. The past continuous tense can be used for continuous action going on at the same time. For example, while he was reading the newspaper, I was doing my homework. C. Exercise C. Say in incomplete sentences what somebody or something was doing while you were doing these things yesterday. There are 8 things. Number 1, having your breakfast, cycling to school, having an English lesson. 4, talking to the teacher, going home. Now these are the answers. Number 1, as I was having breakfast, comma, it was raining heavily outside, full stop. 2, the sun was shining brightly as I was cycling to school. Number 3, the bell was ringing continuously as I was having an English lesson. Number 4, as I was talking to the teacher, comma, Mahdi was tugging my sleeves. Number 5, the stray dog was following me as I was going home. The stray dog, that is dog. The stray dog, the mad dog. Exercise D. Supply the past continuous tense of the verb given. For example, he was sitting in an armchair when his mother came home. Sit, sitting. Was sitting is the past continuous. Number 1, I will read the full sentences. The key answer key is there. I will read the sentences and I will also include the answer. Number 1, she was playing the piano when I came in. Number 2, he saw a snake while he was walking in the garden. Garden. Number 3, as he was getting on his bicycle, his foot slipped. F-O-O-T, foot slipped. S-L-I-P-P-E-D. Number 4, when I left home this morning, comma, it was raining. Full stop. Number 5, when the car was last seen, it was traveling north. Full stop. Number 6, She burned herself as she was cooking some chicken. Chicken. Number 7. The little girl was drowning into the harbor. Harbor, harbor, comma. One of the passengers fell overboard. Number 9. While I was talking, no, uh, number 8. As the ship was coming, as the ship, number 8. Number 9. While I was talking to him, comma, the wind blew his hat off. Number 10. The car knocked him down as he was crossing the street. Exercise D is over. Now useful words and phrases. It's about. He talked about stamp collecting. There were about 100 people there, approximately. About means approximately here. He wandered about the city hall afternoon. About, wandered about, uh, near. He was about to refuse when he suddenly changed her mind. There are different uses. How did the accident came about? How do you set about making a kite? Begin doing it. How do you set about? Now exercise, rewrite these sentences using about. He could not keep still. He kept moving. He was just on the point of leaving when you arrived. Number 3, he was he was either a little before or little after. He was either a little before or a little after 1 o'clock. My brother wrote a book on the subject of looking after pets. Number 5, he traveled in many different parts of the world before he finally settled down. Now these are the answers. This is going to be the last exercise. Number 1, he could not keep still, semicolon, means a full stop and a comma. He kept moving about. Number 2, he was just about to leave when you arrived. Number 3, it was about 1 o'clock. Number 4, my brother wrote a book about looking after pets. Number 5, he traveled about the world before he finally settled down. Now, students, you see each about is different. The first one, he could not keep still, he kept moving about. He was moving here and there, moving around. He kept moving around. The alternate word is about, so each about is different. I was just about to leave. I was just on the point of leaving. Point of leaving means just to leave. Number 3, it was about 1 o'clock. It was either a little before or a little after. So it why we use long words, we use about. It was about 1 o'clock. Either a little before or a little after 1 o'clock. It is about 1 o'clock, almost 1 o'clock. Before, my brother wrote a book. My brother wrote a book about looking after pets. On the subject of looking after pets, about looking after, about. On the subject means about. Similarly, last one, he traveled about the world. He traveled in many different parts of the world. So, in place of about. So, dear students, this is all about today's lesson. So, I hope you enjoyed it. Now you finish your written work in your notebooks and revise and learn them by heart. You can share your, you can show your work to your parents, your elders, and also revise and learn, and you can give test to your mothers or father or elders, or revise it while seeing the question and answers without seeing. You can do. This is the best chance to improve your skill. So, dear students, welcome and best wishes again, and see you in the next lesson. Goodbye. Assalamu alaikum. Take care of yourself.